Hi everybody, welcome back to the Arts Centre Auditorium here at Red Deer College. It's my pleasure to be joined today by the chef de mission for Team Newfoundland and Labrador, Karen Sherriffs. Karen, welcome.
Thanks for having us here at Team Newfoundland and Labrador at the Canada Games in Red Deer. It's been a great host and we're really happy to be here.
So Karen, how are things going so far for your team?
Things have been going really well. We had a good week one. Unfortunately, no medals yet, so we're still holding out now in week two, but our athletes and coaches, managers, mission staff, everybody were very wowed by all the venues and infrastructure that Red Deer has here and the ability to compete in venues that has been available to them.
That's great. And I want to talk to you a little bit about, you have your hashtag, Rant and Roar.
Yeah.
But I see that everywhere. I've seen it in St. John's, I've seen it here, I've seen it all over. It's important to you. Tell us where that came from. What does Rant and Roar mean to your team?
Yeah, that would be a symbolic of just as being true Newfoundland and Labradorians and being able to be proud and take pride in our province and to be able to rant loudly and celebrate the successes of whether it's our athletes competing here or whatever successes occur that come from our provinces, to be able to loudly rant and roar.
Great. And maybe a little bit about, the province is big. And I think maybe people misunderstand sometimes just how big Newfoundland and Labrador is.
Yeah.
Think of only of Newfoundland or just the Avalon.
Yeah.
But it's a really large area. So what do you do to bring your team together and have a sense of team coming to the games?
Well, that's the difficult part. Is geographically, we are very vast, and we have Newfoundland and Labrador, which right away puts that some issues with being able to fully connect. So what we do, many of the teams have different regroups. They'll regroup in different parts of the province, may even possibly regroup in Labrador. We'll try to have a little pep rally ahead of time in the west coast and the east coast of our province to be inclusive of those athletes. But a lot of logistical efforts go into bringing our teams together, especially when you are trying to connect from Labrador and anywhere within that province. So certainly sometimes challenges, but it's certainly what I think brings them together and makes them stronger. And when they connect at these things is such an advantage to them as well.
Great. And Karen, it's one thing that's really interesting with all of our chefs. You do an incredible amount of work here. You do an incredible amount of work to prepare to come here. But you have a day job. Yeah. And that day job really ties in pretty nicely with the work you do here. You're a leader in the recreation department of the City of St. John's.
Yeah.
Let's know a little bit about how those two worlds overlap and how they inform each other.
Sure. So yeah, I work with the City of St. John's and manage the Community Development Division. So I have a very vast area with a lot of facilities, infrastructure, programs, services, indoor, outdoor program, large number of staff, and thousands of participants that will go through our programs on a daily basis. So the city has been extremely supportive of my role within the Canada Games program as chef or assistant chef or as mission staff. And I think it all ties. It's all about relationship building. It's about logistics. It's about looking at policies and procedures that form how we govern, whether it's within my day job or how as Canada Games Council governs the games and how we can provide input and feedback on that perspective. So I think there's a great deal of overlap, and if you look in the sport and recreation world, there's a connectivity within that, and that's always the true meaning within sport or recreation, is that it's always people oriented.
Great, yeah, of course, yeah, thanks Karen. And Karen, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for everything you've been doing here in Red Deer. Great job with Team Newfoundland and Labrador, and great job today, thanks.
Thanks for having us.
Nice job, thanks.